can know the days go by, wishing that you're still here with me, baby. I was wrong, and now you're gone. Please hear this heart of mine. Hear me calling. Whenever you're around me, I feel different in your arms. With the way you touch me, your love that lasts a lifetime. Your love so true, and I never knew that it's you I need all this time. See these tears that keep falling from my eyes, wishing that I never let you go, my baby. Take this heart, fill me with your love. Please hear these words of mine. Hear me calling. Whenever you're around me, I feel different in your arms. With the way you touch me, I feel love the last of lifetime. Your love so true, and I never knew that it's you I need all this time. Your love so true, and I never knew that it's you and me all this time. All this time. All this time.
Finding love at any age is so beautiful, but finding it after divorce and after being 40 is far more treasurable. Today in our virtual studio, we have two beautiful, daunting, charming young ladies who have consented to be on our virtual platform. And I'm just so excited to be able to welcome them, Michelle.
Welcome,
How
welcome.
exciting! I would
Yeah.
love to just take this opportunity to introduce you guys to our YouTube and our Facebook family. We've got Beth and we've got Shelly.
Shelly.
Hello!
Welcome.
Awesome,
Welcome.
awesome. Already our family are waiting. They're like happy. They're not even saying happy Saturday. They're like, how you doing, guys? Hold on. This is the hard job. So what I want you guys on Facebook to do, if you're on my private page, you have to tell people, you have to tell StreamYard, sorry, that you are one, okay with your name being shown up on our platform so
Yes.
that they would give us permission to show your name. Because then I have to go back and forth, and I don't mind. Oh, guess who's here, Shelly? Guess who's here? We've got Yvette in the house. Woo-hoo! Yvette Marcelin.
Hi, sister.
Yeah.
Oh, good
Yeah,
to
she was the first word. That's her. Good evening, beloved. That's Yvette. I think it's Yvette.
nice.
Yes. So
Hi,
thank you
Yvette.
all. Ah, yes. Good evening. Oh, that's Miss Veronica. Yvette says good evening. Mark McDonald, happy Sabbath and good evening to you too. Ladies, thank you for joining us. Michelle, go ahead with your greetings. Let me put some stuff up on our screen.
Sure. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. And as usual, please share the live. You can share it on Facebook, in your WhatsApp group. And this topic is a hot topic
Yes.
because it is something to navigate after 40 to navigate the dating world. Remember, you probably have been off the scene of the dating world, and to find good, godly men, it's very difficult to find. So, we're going to talk from female perspective, what it's like, what they're actually looking for, in finding godly husbands. They're not really looking for, I would say, boyfriends, at that age. You're looking to settle. Am
Yes.
I right, ladies?
You're right. You're right.
For serious, mature partners. And so we're excited. And so if you have any questions for these beautiful young ladies, we'd love for you to leave them in the comments below. You can ask questions
Yeah.
and leave also your comments. And if you are also in the same situation where you are also um, praying for a godly partner and you would want to share your perspective, we will be happy for you to leave your comments below. And we're just so thankful for all of you that are here. We have over 20 people here on the live.
Yeah.
And so we'd love to see at least 20 likes. So please,
Yes.
likes, at
Yes.
least whatever platform you're on, please like, show your support because the algorithm works that way. The more likes, the more people will get to see.
Oh,
Even within your own community, your friends will be able to see when you like it. They'll see, oh,
yes.
so and so is watching this video. Let me jump on and watch as
Mhm.
well.
It happens many times for me, Michelle.
Yeah,
I'll see where Shelly may have liked something. I say, oh, let me see what Shelly's watching. Or when I
exactly.
go on the live, I'll say, oh,
Yes.
both Shelly and I are on the same live, or both Beth and I. And I will stay because I know that what she's watching I may enjoy too. So please, we're begging you. Double those numbers today. Let's do this. It's
Yeah.
dating time, you know? I
Paula
love it.
Russell is a trip.
Look at Paula says, that's our girl, Shelly. Paula's our girl that moved down to Andros, my cousin.
Your
She
cousin.
said,
I know. She says there's
I
no good
just
men
had
alive.
this conversation. She said she just had this conversation this morning and she was told all the good men are dead. Woo!
Oh, wow.
Ouch.
Wow. That's whoever tells you that, that's not true.
Paula, cousin,
Oh
cousin,
gosh.
cousin, slow down. I happen to believe that there are some good men out there.
Yes, yes.
We've got to
Thank
be
you.
hopeful. We've got to be prayerful. We got to be prayerful. Now,
Yes.
this is very interesting, she says, for me to see the outcome. But let me tell you something, cousin. Stay close because these ladies got lots of great advice for us. We had a great talk with them, and we knew that, listen, what was going to come will benefit us all. So, oh, wow. Hi, Mr. That's,
Son,
hi, Chef Saunders says, hi, ladies, how are you doing? It's how do you start life after
of course.
divorce? Oh, that's a nice topic too.
You
I
didn't
like
stop
that.
life, actually. My answer to you is you never stop life. You continue.
No,
So you
no.
didn't start. So I don't even like the word in a sense start because
Hmm.
you're continuing. You didn't stop.
How do
You
you?
took a detour in a sense and a little, will throw you off, but you didn't stop.
Well, Michelle, we're not stopping life. No, we're not starting over,
Yes,
but
it's a detour.
it is a little bit of a bump in the road sometimes.
That's what
It can, yeah, it can.
it's hard.
Yeah.
It throws you off. I
Mm.
can imagine.
She said she believed that there's some good men, Shelley. Hallelujah.
Yes,
So,
yes.
girls, introduce yourselves. Let
Yeah,
our audience know who you are. We can start with Shelley.
yeah.
Well, everybody should know my name, as
Yeah.
Marlene calls it on
Yeah,
this show more than
yeah.
2 times every time. So this is Shelly. I'm Marlene's cousin. I am originally from the Bahamas, left at the age of 7, went to the United States of America, then on to Canada to boarding school. came back to the U.S. and to Turks and Caicos back to the U.S. My last job was working with the Department of Children and Families. I have two kids. I'm divorced. Um, and decided after my daughter finished high school that I was going to head back to the Bahamas, where I wanted to experience living here since I was kidnapped at the age of 7 and taken to the United States by my parents. So I'm back in the Bahamas. I'm enjoying it. It's good spending time with my family and friends. So it's a new experience for me. And I'm
Nice.
here.
Nice.
All
Welcome.
right.
Welcome.
Welcome. Welcome.
And
Shelly.
then, yeah, and now we have Beth Quarrel. Did I say the name right? Quarrel?
Yeah, that's fine. Everybody butcher it. It's Beth Carroll, which you were
Quarrel.
very close. Yeah, you were very close. So nobody knows me. This is my first time at Marlene's show, and I'm very honored that she asked me. Well, your sister asked me, so she was like,
Mhm.
"You want to go on a show?" And I'm like, "Huh?" And so I feel like I have a lot of stories to tell. So I'm here. Again, my name is Beth Carroll, and a 42-year-old divorcee, of course. An occupational therapist. I was born in the Philippines, but I grew up in California and then moved to New Jersey, the East Coast, and lived there for 12 years. And now I am in East Texas for about 5 years. Did I mention I have a 13-year-old child, and she's the love of my life. And so I'm basically, I've been broken and I've been hurt, I've been betrayed. That's part of who I am. But there's a twist to that. I am healing and restoring. So
Amen.
here
Amen.
we all are.
Amen.
Hi,
Okay,
Beth.
well, guess what? I have um I have a niece who asked, why didn't I add her? So guess what, baby girl? I'm sending you the link. And
Oh,
Shira wants to know, why hasn't she been added to the group?
oh wow. Nice.
So, and Shira, I'm sending you the link. So I know you're already dolled up. So I'm going to send you the link. Hallelujah.
Always.
Always, always.
Awesome.
Beth, this niece is
So
always ready
Beth
for the
threw
camera.
her age out there. Let me throw mine out. I'm 51.
There
I
you
have
go.
a 28-year-old Marlene, or 27? 28-year-old and a
28,
21-year-old
28,
and a 21-year-old.
28. Yeah.
Oh
Our,
wow.
our,
Oh,
our,
they're also.
our children are the same age, 28. Just about 2 months in between. Yep.
No,
So
not even 2 months. A month.
May and June. Sorry, he was May. She's June the 8th and he's May.
It's June, right? May
Yeah,
19th.
May. Right. So it's not even a year. Well, awesome. So the Facebook users, if you can just send your name, give StreamYard your permission, then they will start showing your names. Let's see those numbers double before we even get started. I just love to see those likes and love. Give us some love. Give me some love. Come on. I haven't had a hug all day.
How do we do that? I know we're
Well,
live, and how do we share it
well,
on Facebook?
how would you share
Oh,
this on Facebook?
Mm-hmm.
Um, I sent you the link. No, if I didn't, I'll do that now.
not the
I'll
link for
send.
the back,
The
Marlene.
same link that we
No.
signed in?
No, 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 no. I'm going to
Okay.
send it to you right now. Give me a minute.
Okay.
Turn up the volume. Which volume? It's
Who's
up as
calling?
high as it can go. Volume. Wow. Okay. I'm sending you the link now, Beth. Okay. And then you can share it. And then, yes, then I'm going to send in Shira. If she's still there and she really would like to join us today, we would be happy and honored to have you on our platform. That's never a problem. You're not over 40, but you do qualify in some areas. So I'll share you that link now. All right.
She'd
Let's
be
see if
the
I can quickly,
young edition.
the young edition. There we go. The young edition. Let's see if we can get that link to her. I don't know that she's still there. Join us, darling. All right, good stuff. Well, um, yes, Tanya and Boniface. We welcome all of you joining from wherever you are. Indeed, it's a beautiful day. It's been a beautiful day here. Little light rain here and there, but showers are good. Showers are blessing. We'll wait for Beth to come back. She is sharing it on her Facebook page at this moment. But we can, Michelle, take questions from our audience. We're talking today about dating. Anyone on the audience, have you dated before? I'm sure everyone has dated in some form or fashion, unless you're 10, 11, 12. Everyone has had a date. Yes, there we go. She's back. Hi, Shanique Allen, watching from Turks and Caicos Providenciales.
Turks and Caicos.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Beautiful
Thank you.
country.
Shanique,
Yeah.
Yeah. You know Shanique Shelley?
she's from Turks. I'm sure I know her.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Beautiful. Okay, great. Well, Michelle, you want to take it off with the first few questions, and then while I continue sharing, thank you, Christy, for sharing. She said I shared it already.
Yeah. Let me see which question I'm gonna ask. Um, at your age, you both have children, and more than likely, whoever you're going to date, they might have also more than likely already have children. Is there an age specification that you'd probably want to enter in your partner's children age? If there is, let us know. Or if it doesn't matter. Or there are two questions. I'm just going to do two questions in one. What if your partner never had children and would love children? Are you willing to go ahead with that agreement with them?
Shelly, you want to go
Go ahead,
first?
Beth.
Okay.
Okay. So second question is, I'm gonna go with the second question. Do they, if they want another, if they want a child, they never had a child, right? Do I want to? I'm always open at this age. I think I could still do it. 42, I mean, we've had 50, 60-year olds that's had, any kids. So I wouldn't mind with that idea, but it will be harder for, at least for me, because then I know I will have to start over again, being that my child is 13. On the first question, I'm going to address that by saying that the key word is, um, I think, just the time, the quality time together. So I don't mind what the age range my future person is going to be, but important key is that we have that quality time together for us. Because the thing is, I've dated men that have younger kids or older kids, and with the younger kids, it's a little bit harder because the younger kids take more attention from the parent, and so then he and I were not gonna have as much of the quality time as we want. My preference, though, would most likely be a person that has a child, preferably a girl, because then um, he can relate to her more. The fact that he's already have experience with his own kids, and I have a girl, and that he can relate to her more. And if his children or a child would almost be on the same age level, then definitely we could relate and we could, support each other. And if the person is local, we could definitely go on each other's games, or, and it's almost on the same time frame. That is my opinion.
Okay. Nice. Shelly?
So I'm going to go straight to the second question. Shelly can't make any more children. Those eggs have been scrambled a few years back.
That's quick.
when Beth said, there are 50 and 60-year-olds, me, who?
I was like, really? but God, I don't have that choice anymore. So the first question, at 51 years old with 21 and a 28-year-old, I would not really want to date a man that has a child younger than the age of 10. That's not for me. Like Beth said, quality time. I know how my father was there for me at a young age, and I would definitely want him to be spending time with his children or child. And also, it's a situation where you don't want them to feel as if they have to compromise between you or the child And so yeah, younger than 10, no. um they could have as old kids as they, I mean, they could be 50 years old. I'm good.
What
But
is it? Eggs have been scrambled.
and then and then for Beth, I have to say this for Beth. Beth, I was in the States, and my daughter came to me when she was around 9 or 10, and I was always on dating apps, but I never dated anybody until she went to Turks and Caicos for the summers, because you never know who's interested in you just
For
for your
what?
children.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I was so skeptical. A man would say, how old are your kids? And I'd put my daughter older and my son younger in age, because it was like, what do you want to know? Why do you want to know that? So it's such a difficult situation, because you don't know who's who. You don't know
Mm.
what they're after, what their motive is, especially when you have children. So, and especially with a girl, it's difficult. So I really waited until Summer would go home for the summertime, and yeah, I wasn't really interested in bringing anyone around her at
Yeah.
all.
Good
At all.
points that you're
No,
making.
Yeah.
totally agree. I have also been on dating apps, and most times I don't even divulge that I have a child, or I just say,
Yeah.
you know how on the questions they will ask you, do you have any children, and I just say yes, but I don't specifically put anything. I don't put any pictures. I'm very protective. I only have one, and a
Mm-hmm.
girl, and so
Mm-hmm.
I. Yes, I'm very overly protective of her, and I want to make sure that whoever I'm dating, it's really for sure and it's serious that we
Yeah.
are it, for me to be able to introduce and say, hey, come, you can come and hang out with, to my house or whatnot. I have a
Mm-hmm.
child. I'm always a hawk because of that,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
especially because she's a girl. Yeah.
Because you got to be so careful, so many predators out there. Unfortunately, we live in that kind of age. And I mean, I
So many.
imagine it existed from years and years. It's been always around. Hi, Miss Bernie.
Oh, welcome.
Hi, Classy D. I just love your comment. She picked up on Shelly really fast. Thank
Yeah.
you guys for joining. If you are just joining us, we are talking to these beautiful girls about dating. You see the topic already, finding love after divorce, and it's sometimes could be seemingly so overwhelming and so difficult, especially if you are single, and you're over 40, you would know exactly what we're talking about. So yeah.
Some of the things that I'm coming in my head is the younger children. You're talking about probably baby mother situation, dealing with the baby mothers in and out, especially when they're younger, he being there alone with the baby mom. Then you're thinking about also the fact the child support issues too. That's gonna be the financial aspect. And I also like the fact that there are even some women that they choose to not even date until their children are much older.
Hmm.
So we do different scenarios for some people that we can point out. So the next question is, the fact that you're divorced, you were naturally sexually active before. So, but you've decided, okay, I am not going to have sex before marriage. However, you've been, in a relationship with this man, and he is getting more and more serious that he wants to marry you. And he said, well, I'm going to marry you anyway, but we should have sexual relations. What would you say to him?
Shelly, you take that first.
Michelle. So Michelle's like, I'm serious. That's a tough one, Michelle. You
Well,
know,
only what you're comfortable answering. If you're not
I,
comfortable,
I,
then
I feel like I said to Marlene earlier today, in situations where with men, you tend to have to let them that time period of, see how 3 4 months, see what's the talking, how the topic's going, how, if you like them or not, if that's the only thing their motive is for sex. You have to weed that out.
huh?
And
Oh, hold on.
to me, most men that are wanting just to have sex with you, they're normally not going to wait long. and the conversation's going to get few and few. They're not going to be interested. So you know off the bat, okay, well, that saved me. You know what I mean? Like, next.
Mm-hmm.
But I I to be honest with you, I have never waited before. I mean, to say, well, I've never waited when I actually got married pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
So I've never waited to say have sex, before marriage. I've never done that. So I'm just being honest and telling you what I am about. So that's never been a thing for me, but even though that's not a thing for me, I have not been a promiscuous person.
Amen. Yeah.
I've not, every man that's talked to me or have taken me out, it's not, oh, well, we're gonna have
Mm-mm.
sex. that's
No.
that's never a thought for me. I really could care less. It's all about companionship, communication for me. And how, what's your moral thinking, do you have the same type of morals that I was raised up with? uh, will my parents like you? Can you fit in my family? That's always been that type of conversation with men for me in dating. I'm never wondering, oh, how's the sex going to be with him? I don't really care. You know what I mean? So that's just not, it's never anything for me. But yes, I have not waited to have sex before marriage. I have not. Um, Now that I'm older, um, you just have to. Now that I'm older, I guess it's worse. I'm just looking for the man who's going to be compatible with me, and that has nothing to do with sexually, right? Obviously sex will have to be a part of it one day, but that's not something that I'm looking for. Someone who's going to be decent, who is ambitious, who can communicate, who likes to spend quality time, not just with his boys, you know. So that's the type of person that I'm looking for. So
Beth.
That question really, for some reason, I was listening to Shelly, and it's like my heart is pounding because it's a huge question, and
Yeah.
I don't know who's watching,
Yeah.
so, but I like to be honest, and I like just to be out there, and I don't like dishonesty. So I'm gonna tell you this. Right after divorce, I lived a life where I literally did not hold back, if you guys understand what that means. I will go out, I meet somebody, maybe I had one night stand, whatever. But then at the end of that, it's kind of like, is this really beneficial for me? Is this
Mhm.
is this worth, is it worth it? Is it making me happy? How is it internally? How am I processing this? And it's just like it was all for fun. And as I got a little bit older, and the word is maturity, and as I got a little bit mature, and I'm thinking, no, that is not fun. Trust me, I lived in the East Coast. I've done a whole lot of stuff that a big city has to offer on a worldly aspect of life. But I have no regrets because that's who I was, and it made me who I am now. So, a few years after divorce or separation from my ex-husband, I did date, and there was a point of waiting, and you waited and you waited until you get comfortable with each other, and you know for sure that there is that deep connection, and that you have commonality, and that your future is aligned, and that the future is that you two will get married. And so eventually that's kind of like how you kind of like, all right, well, I know I'm comfortable, we are headed in the right direction anyway. For me, I was raised a traditional conservative Christian, Seventh Day Adventist, and so you're not supposed to be doing any sexual stuff prior to marriage. And I'm saying I'm not proud, but it was me. That was me,
Yeah.
and that was who I was. God forgives, and I've forgiven myself. But
Amen.
anyway, and so, and in all of my relationships, it's always at least later on as I got a little bit older, past my 35, 36, then I would wait for again few months and then we go in it. And so then I feel like I don't feel so horrible because then, my body as supposedly pure and wait for your husband, you're supposed to save that anyway and kind of like, but then as society kind of accept us for that.
Yeah.
So waiting has always been few, you got to wait few months to get to know each other. But now, I haven't been, I've been single, but now moving forward, it would be something where I'd say I'll go back to my traditional upbringing and I say, we're going to have to wait. I've done everything I've done in my younger years. I am in no rush to be sexual with you. I have no rush to be, doing all the fornication and stuff because I'm a different person now. I have a different priority, and my priority is to have that relationship with God, and that's more of what I'm looking for.
Okay. I have some comments that are not showing up here, so I need to go to them. Shelly, your sister Yvette says, "Thank you, sis, for keeping it real. Speaking your truth is so very important. That's where the true lesson lies." And then Kefi says, "I love that answer, Shelly." I don't know why they're not showing up here. That's so strange. And then a question that came from our audience, Paula is asking, she said, "I always say persons who do online dating are very brave. What's your belief?" I've never dated online.
I
Oh,
also
Rosa,
got a
In
comment.
the United States, unlike here,
go on. No, I was
Michelle,
just
you were
saying,
saying?
I
yeah,
kind of want to also just shout out to both you women for your transparency.
yeah,
I really, really, I'm proud of you. You told your truth, and the audience, I know someone is benefiting from
yeah,
this. So I love it. This is powerful. So please also share this live, like the comments too. We really love this, young
yeah,
ladies. I'm very
yeah.
proud of you both.
Amen.
Yes.
Amen.
Go ahead now.
Oh, I was saying that
Well,
we were
unlike
talking about the
being in
online
Nassau,
dating. Yeah,
right.
sorry.
So, so unlike in Nassau where men will approach you over here, you go anywhere. Hey, sexy, you look sexy, you look good today. As long as you look cute, someone's gonna approach you over here. United States is not like that. You don't really meet unless you're on a job and there's men on the job that are single or whatever. They might approach you, but otherwise, the only way that I met people were online. In the Caribbean community in Fort Lauderdale, island men are just they're gonna approach you regardless, right? But I found that it was very you American men, white men, they don't necessarily walk up to you in pics or in the mall or whatever. Or they don't do that. So that was the way that most people date. They
Hmm,
join a dating site. Either you
hmm,
do a free site or a paid site. You say what you like, what you don't like, and whatever. Now the brave part about it is that, of course, anyone can lie.
hmm.
Anyone can lie about who they are. I found that a lot of men were liars in terms of their looks, very insecure, very insecure. A man would put a picture up of him thin, thin, and the picture was like probably 7 years ago, and he goes to a restaurant or wherever, and he's fat. Now, me, who's very honest, I have all of my new pictures up, show you how I look now, and I get to the restaurant and I see you 300 pounds. I was done. I would literally tell them to their face, you deceived me just from your pictures alone.
Mm-mm.
I wasn't going to spend, I don't need a free meal. I don't need to talk to you because you already lied, because that's not how you look anymore. So I would leave. But so that's the brave part, is that you really don't know who you're talking to.
Yeah.
That's why I never went on a date the first day that I met anyone. I would spend at least a couple days talking to the person and listening to them, and he's the type of person that I have some type of common ground in conversation. If we were able to hold a conversation, because a lot of these men cannot hold conversations. They cannot hold a conversation. So if we're able to hold a conversation, then guess what? I will meet you somewhere. I will meet you, because you don't tell them where you live. We'll meet you somewhere. We'll go on that date. I've had a men tell me, you want to meet me at the Walmart? I said, what are you gonna do? Buy me groceries? Just being cheap, because they don't want to take the woman out to dinner. I'm like, what? It's like, but if I talk to 5 women, that's 5 dates for the week. I said, but as a man, be able to I went,
your internet,
and if you
your
can't do
internet's
that, then you
choppy.
don't need to be on the date and see.
Yeah.
I can't help it. I've got
I think you have to
connection
come.
all the way down in the
Oh man.
south.
And you're right next to your thingy. You're next to your, yeah. You know what I mean? The thing.
Yeah, it's right in my room. Right in my room.
Oh wow.
So
So
yeah, but that's the only thing about being brave.
I have to say online dating is not for the faint of heart. I have to
Mm.
tell you that. It's not for the faint of heart. When I go in there, I basically tell it as it is, and me currently pictures and whatnot. And I agree with Shelly too. And people really would post stuff that's not even accurate and it's not even current. I've had issues where, I mean, I've gone to Match, I've gone to Bumble, I've gone to Zoosk, I've gone to Seeking Arrangement. I've gone through all that. I've been out on some, uh, uh, on a seeking arrangement, which you guys, I'm sure if you have heard of what seeking arrangement is, you gotta know who you are. That's what it is. It's not for the faint of heart. You gotta know who you are. When you go in there, you have to stand on your ground, because they will bully you, and they will literally just abuse you in any kind of form. On Match, I've had men that goes, all the sexual explicit stuff, and I'm like, I am not here for that. You see my
Mhm.
profile is different. I got out of Match because I didn't get anything from there whatsoever. When
Mm.
I went to Seeking Arrangement many years ago, this was when I was back in the East Coast. I went out with actually a businessman, somebody who works in Hollywood, whatever film business, and a doctor. And we went out on dates, and it's all the same. The common denominator is that all they wanted is to bang you. That's it. Like, they just want to shag you. That's all they want to
Yes,
do. And
yes,
for me,
yes.
is that's not what I am looking for. And so I go and take advantage on the dinner. To tell you the truth, if they won't pay for dinner, I can pay for it. I'm educated. I have the means, so I'll pay for it. But they are willing to do that with an exchange that you might want to do something with them. And to tell you
Yeah.
honestly, I've never slept with any of the men that I was going out on, like, online dating,
Yeah.
unless later on, that went further, and then of course that's a different story. But yeah, it's not for the faint of heart. It is
Mhm.
hard. It is hard being on the online dating, let alone when you're meeting somebody out on the market or outside, live, face to face. It's harder on online dating as well, because you really don't know the personas that they are putting on, and
Yeah.
and it's deceiving. It's a lot of
Mhm.
that is just deceiving.
Mhm.
Wow.
Mhm.
Wow.
Wow.
So this is powerful. Amazing. What are your thoughts on long distance relationships? Because what are your take? Because sometimes the fact that you're online, there's
Yeah.
a possibility the person who matches with you is in another state or across the country or wherever.
Mhm.
What are your
Mhm.
takes on that? Will you start?
I Shelly, you
I
want
don't
to
have a
me
problem
take
with
this?
long distance.
Yeah.
You can go ahead. Go ahead, Beth.
Okay. I am a big no for long distance relationship. Um, I think, ladies, you and I discussed this earlier. I had to go back. I had to refer back to my my love languages, and one of those ones is the physical touch and the quality time. And for me to be able to have that and grow with my person, I need to have that one-on-one with them, and just him and me together on a constant basis. And so for me to do that on online and their long distance, it would be a no-no. You had to have a lot of trust with them, you have, with each other. And I've done the both spectrum. I've done the cheating, and I've been cheated on. So the whole issue of trust, I gotta look. I've done all of sort of things, so nothing can bypass me. I can see through you. So no, it would be a no for me.
No, no. Okay.
We have some beautiful comments, Michelle, coming in on my Facebook page. For some reason, they're not showing up. It's so sad. Betsy Henfield, thank you for joining us.
Thank
Yvette is still here. She's like, LOL, Shelly, whatever it was you said earlier. And then Beth is saying that she agrees. I think she's agreeing on what, not Beth, Betsy, which is her name is Beth. Betsy's saying she agrees. I think it was on the point of sex before marriage, because it's been about 8 minutes ago. I said, my position now also is, I guess, not sex before marriage. She said, but of course, it's always misunderstood.
you.
And she says, great points, Shelly. Betsy says, great points. And Kefi says, who you were, amen. Now, who you are now. You're growing in grace. I love your transparency, Beth. It
Too.
shows you live in God's grace. So
Amen.
unfortunately, the comments are not showing up over on the,
She's gonna make me cry. I can't believe she actually did that.
yeah. Yeah.
That is good.
So God is good. I'm
Praise
so happy that you guys are here today with us.
you too.
When I thought of starting this program, let's take a break so Beth can share a little tears. Nothing wrong. Crying is so therapeutic. I'm crying all day.
Yeah.
I'm crying. I cry. I love crying. It doesn't make a difference to me. I'm not sad. I'm very happy, but I cry, of course. But when I first thought of this program, Michelle and I were like, let's do a show on dating. And I was like, yeah, I think it'd be so beautiful because there are people out there who have lots of valuable content, valuable points that they can share, valuable counsel and advice. So when you think of all the women out there, in real land like we are, who are facing such challenges, they find these guys, and the guys are such liars, they cheaters. Like, how do you deal with that on a day-to-day basis? You get crushed. You feel like, wow, I've just been used, or the word in the Bahamas, I've just been had. Yeah. Yeah, like,
Just been
these guys, they just come into your life, and then they have all these lies, or all these, you get a lot of false hopes, false hopes. And being a divorcee myself and being single, I meet a lot of guys. My question to you would be, would you date a guy that's younger than you? Or how much younger, how much older? I have a lot of young guys who think that Marlene is their meal ticket. So tell me, what do you think? Yes, crying purges. Yes, it does. That's my question. How much younger, how much
Well, I
older would you date?
younger.
Mhm.
I've dated way younger. I've dated my last relationship was about 12 years younger. He was mature. Um but now I think because of the fact that he was so much younger, I think marriage wasn't on his mind as it would be for me, right? Um, I always say that within 2 years, you should know, okay, well, this is the person I want to marry. Anybody should know. Within the studies say that within 9 months, 6 to 9 months, a man knows if this is the woman he wants to marry, right?
Mm, mm,
So I think if they're more in my age bracket, they would be more interested. If they want to be married, they would want to be married within a certain time frame. So for me, the
mm.
youngest I will date now would be 5 years, and the oldest I would date is 5 years. So that's it.
Oh, sorry,
I don't want
65-year-old
anyone older.
man. Shelly says she's not interested.
No, because no,
Tell them why,
he's
because you had
not
a
gonna
very
do what
good
I want to
reason.
do.
Yeah. Yeah, tell, I like it. No,
I
I want you to
listen.
tell them why.
Ask
Tell
Marlene.
them.
I go to I went to the blue hole in Anderson. I jumped in. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to hear any old man telling me, oh, I don't want to do this. I don't want to go here. I just want to stay home and watch TV. And no, I'm an
Watch the
active woman.
news.
Right. I might be 51, but I'm 15 at heart. So
Amen.
you got to keep up with me. You have to keep up with me. I love to travel. I like to go out. If it's, he doesn't have to be the dancer because I love to dance. He doesn't have to be the dancer, but he could watch me dance.
He could be your security, huh?
He can stand behind me and I'll dance by him, So I'm good with that. But yeah, I don't want an old person who's not active. I can't. That's not for me. I see that in my mom. I see that with my parents. My mom is always out, and my dad never wants to go anywhere.
Is he
So
older? Is
no,
he older than your mom?
well, he's only a year older, but I don't think
A
he's
year
ever
older.
been as active as my mom. My dad's never been that going out type of person. And so
Hmm.
I pray, whenever I pray for the list that I have for who I want, I pray, Lord, I want a man that likes to go with like me, and he likes to be with his woman, not with his guy friends, with his woman. So that's one of the things that I pray for. So I don't want anyone older than 5 years. He can't keep up. He can't keep up with me mentally.
I think for me the youngest guy that I've dated was a 3 year guy, a 3 year younger age,
Uh-huh.
3 years difference, age difference,
Uh-huh.
and there was an exemption. He was very mature. He was just mature for his age. I will probably make an exemption now, being 42. Really, just depends on the maturity level on their end. Now we all know that boys, they tend to grow, slower than girls, and so having to date somebody that's maybe five uh 5 to like 8 years older would be okay for me as well. Then at least we're morely on the same level. But Shelly made a lot of good points. It's just really just the how you guys really can relate to each other.
Hmm.
You guys heard about the opposite attract, supposedly, right? But you know what, really beginning to think that that is not even true as I get older, because I'm energetic and I like to travel like Shelly does. I have all the energy. I'm very independent. I have this. If I have a guy that's the opposite of who I am, and they don't want to do anything at all, like I don't want to have to drag him. I don't want to have to drag him, and then it's gonna affect our relationship, because now I'm gonna end up being
Yes.
doing, like, just
Yes.
doing things on my own. So what's the
Yes.
point of me being
Yes.
in a relationship at this age, is if I'm gonna have to do it all by myself? Does that make
Hmm.
sense?
No.
And
Yes, to
No.
be
so
single.
Yeah.
might as well. Yeah, I might as well. I don't want to be in a relationship now where I have to do the whole traveling by myself or going out to eat by myself or whatever, because all they want to do is just stay home. So
Hmm.
for
Exactly.
me, it would be based on maturity level, but I wouldn't mind a person that's at least 5 years either younger or older.
Wow. L'Oreal. Hi, Miss L'Oreal George. She says 5 years the most younger. She would not go younger. Betsy says, my deceased husband was 3 years younger, but he was very mature and focused. Today, I would prefer my age or older. I really think for me, younger is a risk. Yeah, and I assume Kefi said something, but I'm not seeing this
The com-
commenting. Yeah, the comments are they're messy. Let me see if I can get it to open. Hold on. Not seeing it. I'm not seeing it. I don't know why. Hold on for me. But yeah. So hold on. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay, go ahead. Trying to find another comment. What I find amazing, she says, is that persons like to say you need to go out. You ask where should I go? They can't even suggest where to go. Oh
Who's that?
wow, beautiful. Beth,
yeah.
Where does she
Betsy,
live?
Betsy. Betsy lives in Nassau. Betsy lives in
Well, there's
Nassau.
lots of places to go. I mean, I think that's the problem with a lot of churchgoers. They believe that, oh, I don't want to be seen out because the church or whatever like that. No, you can go to Bahamar, go to the jazz bar and listen to the girls sing. They sing songs that we grew up hearing. You don't have to drink. I'm not a drinker, so you don't have to drink. You could get a nice fruit punch, put on your nice clothes, and go out and see and meet people. There's a lot of restaurants in Nassau that have different things, different nights. You've got karaoke. There's a lot of places to go.
Clean fun.
I
There's a
think
lot of
that,
clean fun.
yeah, there's a lot of clean
Clean
fun.
fun.
So
Clean fun.
I don't understand why people say, where should I go? I think it's in a small community like the Bahamas. I think people worry too much about what people are gonna say. And you
Yeah.
can't have that mindset because you're not going to meet a man in your house. You're not going to meet him. And you're
Well, if
not
he's
necessarily
online,
going to be
if he's online, I'm just teasing. I'm teasing.
well, if he's online, but and you're not
Yeah.
going to meet him necessarily in your church because most of the times you know everybody in your church unless you're visiting other churches, right? But if you're not visiting other churches, everybody knows who John is. Oh, John was
Yeah.
married to Lisa, and John wasn't nice to Lisa, and so I'm not talking to John, and but we don't really know. We're hearing one side of the story. Maybe John really is a good guy. Maybe it
Yeah.
was Lisa who was causing all the drama. But
Yeah.
we tend to listen to what the people are saying, and so you don't give that person, the single person in your church, a chance because you're hearing the foolishness, right? So you got to get out. You have to get out. You have to get out. You could go get some ice cream. Me and Marlene went to go get ice cream, and we met the cutest guy.
I know, right? Sure, please. I know. I'm like, listen. On Sundays,
A
Shelly and I,
professor.
yeah, we go on Sundays. We go to like restaurants. We'll do things like that. I don't do the night thing. My day starts too early. 4 o'clock in the morning is way too early for anybody to be going out in the night. But I'll do a Sunday. I'll go out on it. We'll go to lunch or whatever. Just that the lunches have been so crappy these days. We haven't been one. That's a side note. Guess who's here, Shelly? Guess who's here? Guess who's in the house? Younger is risky, even with maturity. Hello, Miss Keisha. K Lockhart. K Lockhart's in the house.
Hey, that's my cousin.
That's our cousin. Shakira. Salutations. Yes, Shakira. Thank you for joining us. If you're joining us, we have a few more moments. We are talking about dating and finding love after divorce. And if you have questions or if you have comments, we kindly take them at this time. Michelle will continue with the conversation and our questions that we have already lined out. But we love to get our audience to get involved. And you have still time. You can still share the live. We went up as much as 30 something. I think that's awesome on a day like now. Yeah. So I think girls, they love you guys. They love y'all. They love y'all. Do y'all want Shelly and Beth to come back? Let us know. They did an awesome job today.
Good.
I know there are other
Marlene's
questions.
always
Though.
trying to get me on here.
Always. Always.
Listen, if Marlene could give me a fake husband, she'd have me on.
I'm talking about Shelly all day, and everybody's like, "Oh, this is Shelly." Yes, they like Shelly.
Listen,
Yeah.
Michelle, you should get so tired of hearing my name.
I'm used to it. You're family, and I'm family too.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
So I'm
man.
used to it.
Yeah, you came on like, "Oh, Shelly. Oh, Shelly's here." Yeah. So we love your support. You've been very supportive,
Thank you.
and it's awesome, awesome, awesome.
But
Yeah.
today, you hear so many young women. It's very difficult. It's very difficult to find decent men. And it's not only the Bahamas. I want you Bahamian women to know. It's not only here. It's all over. It's very difficult. A lot of men have ulterior motives. They don't want to be serious. I have a friend who said these men want to test drive the car. They want to walk around the car, kick the tires, but they don't want to buy it.
Don't make me joke.
And that is so true.
It's sad. It's
They want to
sad.
walk around the car, test drive the car, but they don't want to purchase it.
It's sad.
So
It's sad.
it's just difficult all over. And we pray that God will see that we're good women, that we've made mistakes, we've gone through certain things in our life, and that one day He will place a decent man in our lives.
Wow, wow.
That's not the end for me. If that's not the case, I still enjoy my life. I travel.
Mhm.
I enjoy my company, my men friends or my female friends. I enjoy it. So um if that's not what God wants for me, I'm not going to go in a
Force it.
hole and, oh, I'm
Yeah.
not married, and no, 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 I'm still gonna live the life that Shelly is living.
Mhm.
So, but yes, I would love to have a companion, a husband. I would love that. I was more interested in having a husband when my children were still in the house, because I wanted my kids to see a decent male figure, for my son to say, you know what, this is who I would like to be, and for my daughter to say, I want to marry a man like this, who's married to my mother.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, I didn't find that person.
Yeah.
So now, just hoping that what I've raised and instilled in them, they will know how to pick and choose to who would be their mates. But yes, every morning, a pastor, my cousin Nataki's husband, says you have to pray precisely for what you want.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I pray precisely every morning. I have a list of
Mhm.
like
Me
15
too.
things on the list, and I pray for
Me
that.
too. Me too.
And so
Yep.
I'll say, Lord, I want to meet someone who's 45 to 55,
Mhm.
56 now because I'm 51. So then some little 33-year-old come up in my face. It's me. I didn't pray for how I know it's not God, because I'm like, I didn't pray for a 33-year-old.
Yeah.
So, it's I'm good. But yeah, it's
Shelly,
difficult out.
Betsy says, okay, Shelly, I might just take your advice. I've been ready for some clean fun. Definitely not in
Yes.
church, not at all. LOL. Say the men are not at church. Oh Lord have mercy on me. I don't go no place else but church. I gotta find someplace out
So
there.
you get your girlfriends, Betsy, you get two of your closest friends or family members, y'all dress up, look cute, and just go somewhere. Have a good time by yourself. I mean, together. You never know
Mhm.
who you're going to bump into. And we have to
Mhm.
realize that, guess what? We're living in a country where tourists come here all the time on vacation. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to meet a Bahamian man, but if you're open to meeting someone who's foreign or wherever, that just might happen. And we have to get out the thing thinking that we can't live anywhere else. If God placed a man in your life and he lives in Germany, you're going to tell him, I'm sorry, I don't want to talk to you because you live in Germany? You better go to Germany.
Listen, Bessie says, please invite them back. I enjoyed their candor and openness. L'Oreal George says, I'll say try not to mention too much about your past relationships or your divorced men hate that. FYI. Thank you, L'Oreal.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Yeah,
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
somebody
Thank
here
you.
to
Yeah,
try
I
to
appreciate that. Yeah.
yeah.
hmm You have any
Yeah,
other
I
questions
don't,
for
I don't, I
Beth?
don't, I don't, I don't, I don't give any. I don't have to. No. I've had some horrible relationships, so I don't need to let anyone.
Mm,
I don't need to, because men judge you on that. You understand? And
yeah,
they
yeah,
will take advantage because they feel like,
yeah,
oh, you had a guy who cheated. Okay, well, you accepted that. You understand? So
yeah, yeah.
you don't
It's
give them too
because
much. Men
yeah,
are very peculiar, very
they'll
peculiar.
pay attention. They'll pay
So
attention and then they'll use that against you.
yes,
Yeah.
So you
yes,
might as
and then
well
sometimes they'll
just
throw it right back up in your face. So you know,
So definitely praying for a godly husband
Yeah.
who is like
godly
Jesus,
husband.
who has a heart
Yes,
like Jesus.
yes.
a
Who
guy
has good
who has a
communication
relationship
skills.
and who has a
Yes, who
relationship
wants
with
to
God.
be in a relationship.
Mhm.
And has a relationship with God.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's
Mm-hmm.
important.
Yes.
I do have one. I'm gonna look at red flags now. So
Yes.
you're talking to a guy online and he says to you, I'm really desperate for some money. I run into a little situation and I really need the money badly. And he asks if you could send him some money. What would you do?
That's a no-no. It's a
Okay.
no-no. Mm-mm. I don't
Beth?
believe in men. I don't believe that men should ask women for money. I don't believe in it. That's been a thing of mine for years. I don't believe a man should ask women for money. I don't believe a man should ask a woman to take him to dinner. None of that. You're a man. God gave you a different anatomy than us. So you can work. What did he say? Work by the sweat of your brow, young man. So no, I don't believe in it. And there's so many men that do it. There's so many men, especially the younger ones, who feel that we are
Yeah.
desperate, and because we are older, we're gonna put up with whatever foolishness that they want to dish out to us, and we can't do any better, and we should be happy to be with some young, macho. No, no, no. You young, so work.
Yeah,
No. So those
Beth,
are red
it's a
flags.
no
No
no.
man
Those are
should have
what's
to
your,
ask,
yeah.
red flags.
especially in the beginning. First, you guys aren't even a serious, committed. You're not even. That's not even my fiance. Don't ask me for any money. I'm
Hmm.
not giving it to you.
What do
And
you say, Beth?
even if it's a person that's your fiance, which means that you've already established that
Hmm.
you have a future with that person, but everything always changes. And from past experience, for the sake of building a business, I did help somebody, and it's something now and my age now and moving forward, it's something where I'll be like, no, it's okay. You can always ask the bank for that or ask somebody else, but I will not in any way form whatsoever will help financially. Now if we go out and then we have to, like, hey, I can treat you, my treat, whatever, I mean, I wouldn't mind that, but me having to lend, red flag. It'll be a red flag.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have another red flag. You're talking and you're on the phone, you're having an online communication going, and you notice sometimes he disappears and then he then reappears like nothing happened. What
Red
did you?
flag. Red
Come back with
flag.
an excuse,
They're hiding
I
something.
was on a business trip, or
Red
certain time
flag.
of the night you can't call.
Red flag.
Listen,
They
that's a
they have
red.
another
Oh,
person. They
that's a
have
red
Michelle,
another
flag.
person.
That's a
Michelle,
red
I do
flag.
that. Listen, on dating sites, they will talk to you morning straight to the afternoon. After 5 o'clock, you cannot text. They won't return your text. You call, they won't answer the phone. And I would purposely, I would be like, okay, I'm gonna call him at 7:30. 7:30, no answer. The next morning, he's like, good morning, sunshine. I'm like, listen, you're married. What? I'm like, you're married. If you're not married, you got a girlfriend living with you. Because
Hmm.
why didn't you 7:30? No one's sleeping,
Nope.
but your wife's home or your girlfriend's home.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yep.
That's one
Exactly.
of the red flags. If you can't reach that man, if he's not allowing you to, or he's not responding to your phone call or your text past 7:30,
That's a
somebody's
fact.
living in his house.
That's right. That's right.
Red flag.
That's powerful because there may be someone listening that who's literally having this experience and they need to be strong and know that this is red flag and you need to run. How
It's so
about
funny when you see it. I laugh.
Beth, what do you think about that?
oh yeah,
No,
that,
that's that I said
yes,
it. That's definitely a red flag. It's
Hmm.
it's red flag. No, it's a lot of heartache once you see something like that, and it's just the words is just not matching with their actions, and
Yeah.
then they're saying, hey, you can call me anytime, I have, I'm single, I got nobody, but then when you're like, well,
Right,
this should be the time we
right.
should be talking, but you're not entertaining that, and then it happens more than once, you know that there is somebody out there, you
Of
know
course.
that there's just a hidden, yeah, no,
Yeah.
red flag.
Yeah.
okay. So you're talking to this man, and it comes to a point where we are discussing. They've been divorced, and you're saying, what was the issue that probably lead up to your divorce? And all you hear them saying is they're blaming their wife. They're blaming, and they were innocent. They were perfect. Would you look at that as a red flag sometimes? Everything they were perfect in the marriage.
That's a red flag. That's question mark for me, because there's a reason why the divorce happened. Divorce does not happen because one person is the only person that did wrong. Divorce because there has a relationship's not working because nobody, the two persons not working together. Now I'm gonna tell you something. In my past relationships, I after I got divorced, I basically wasn't really holding anything back. If you have questions about my past relationship, I don't mind telling you if you ask, depending on where we are also. Um, I had allowed my ex-husband to go on a lunch date with my new boyfriend, and without even, for me it was like there was no malice because there was nothing for me to hide. And if they're gonna talk, whatever, then that's really, it needs to have a strong person, a strong man, to accept that what happened between me and my ex-husband has nothing to do with me and with my new person. Now if that affects you, that's gonna be on you. Okay, I allowed them because for some reason, it's, if we want to do a fresh start, then that's, I really had nothing to hide. And so if you, whatever my ex-husband tells you what happened went on in our relationship, it's not carried over, because who I am with him is different with who I am with you. And so when a person says constantly that is that what you're saying, right? Like the person just says, well, it's just bashing, bashing, bashing. And no, no, there has to be something. Why you gotta ask why is a woman behaving a certain way, or why is a man behaving a certain way? There's always those questions. There's always the why questions. So that would be a red flag for me, when a person just says he's done nothing wrong and it's always on the other person.
Okay,
Shelly,
there's some. Oh, go on. Sorry.
oh, I'm sorry.
Well, I
Yeah.
don't know.
No,
I don't know, because sometimes it could be that it was the wife, or just the man, because I mean, that's basically what I've experienced personally for me, but you know, a divorce is a divorce. I've been divorced, so you just have to go by, everyone deserves a chance. That's how I feel. So I have to see how you're going to treat me. You know what I mean? We have to date and see how this is going to go. I can't take what happened to you when you got married at 20, you know, and you guys weren't mature and you have issues at the end, So no, I had to. Everyone, like I said, everyone makes mistakes. Everyone's has a past, and you just have to see how that person's going to treat you.
Mhm.
Okay, good answers. Beautiful. We have nice questions in the comment, Marlene.
yeah, we have some questions over on Facebook too, waiting. Um, this is Gus. How you doing, Gus? Welcome. Gus says there must be some advantages to dating, courting, and marrying a younger man. For those who do go that route, what would you say, or what do you think the benefits might be?
Well, Shelley talked about one of the benefits, the fact that they might be more outgoing,
Yeah.
because more energy, more energetic,
Mm-hmm.
more fun, probably, more risk takers, probably adventurous. I would say adventurous, possibly.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um,
I think that's a
anything
great
else?
answer. Anything else you
And
want
Anything
to add?
else? Because I see also advantage of older. So, it's advantage. We can look at even advantage of marrying an older.
Yeah.
Older would be the maturity. They're ready to settle down. Sometimes you'll find that they're ready. They've gone through the immaturity state and they're ready to settle down. Also, financially, they're more better equipped, because usually when they're younger, they're just probably having all those student loans, they're starting out life, they have all this debt. By the time they're older, at times they are actually been over that and they are financially more secure. So finance, the arguing in an early relationship, that those financial arguments would have been not, because that could have even caused the breakup of their first marriage. Now they're over that,
Exactly.
they're more financially stable, and and if they keep themselves healthy, you won't, they probably will still be LT and that could be an advantage too, and adventurous. So it's probably going to be individually. So you as a
It
person,
depends on the age,
it
Like I
depends.
said, if he's 46 years old, he's hopefully has a good career going for himself. He has things that he's already accomplished. If he's 35, then we're gonna be, the student
Yeah.
loans, the
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
not mature, he's not settled,
Mhm.
so it depends on what age we're
Yeah,
talking about.
of course.
That
Of
would be
course.
the only thing that I can say. I don't know what the benefit would be in dating a 35-year-old. uh a diet, that would be the benefit. Lose
Which one?
weight. It'd be lose weight if you're dating a 35-year-old.
Would it be better
Stress.
body?
Stress. No, it's stress.
It's
Oh, what'd you say, Beth?
I miss. I that's what I always tell my daughter's father. I said, the only thing I miss about you is that when I was with you, I was always small.
No, I what I was saying is that the benefit of what dating a 35-year-old, I can't relate because I really haven't dated like a younger person in a while. But I think wouldn't be I said something like a sly note, like wouldn't be they have better body because they're younger.
younger.
Think
Yeah.
yeah. I think so, but hey, who really knows? At this age, like I said, younger would be well, I'm 42, so what's minus five?
37.
About 37, so I probably wouldn't even. I have to really consider that. By the way, I go to a gym and there's really hot looking guy, and he's really really hot, and I'm just like woo, like it just inspired me to go. But when he started calling me Miss Beth because he was the one that helped me sign up, so he knows how old I am, and then he says Miss Beth, I'm like dang. That just messed it up. I was like forget that. He's out the window.
Oh, that's funny.
And he's like, hey, 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 what's up, Miss Beth? And he like fist bumped me, and I'm like, oh, okay, just like that. I was like, all right, you're out.
He's in his 20s, Beth. He's in his 20s. He's in his 20s.
I was like, nah, yeah. So that's
When
that's
he's
what I'm
doing the
saying.
fist bump, he's in his 20s.
Yeah,
Oh, and he was
miss.
like, how are you doing? Like, hey, what's up? I'm like, oh, okay.
No, you're
And then
getting
the Miss Beth, it was the Miss Beth that really just threw me off. I was like,
people.
I'm like that old.
Brought you
So
People.
back to
no,
reality.
Everyone's
no.
saying that. I'm on Facebook watching you guys, and the laughing characters just going up. Whoa, 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 and they're like, "This has been a great session. You must bring them back." Here's a question for you guys. You've experienced both marriage and dating after divorce. Which have you found to be more intriguing or exciting? Considering there must have been a time in your married life that you must have felt like he was the one. That's Miss Keffy.
Nice question. Good
Good
question.
question. Oh, hold on.
Oh, okay.
Hold on. Okay, answer Keffy first, then we come into my boy. Okay, we answer Keffy, then we coming back to Gus. Okay,
What is more intriguing, marriage or dating?
yeah.
Well, with the marriage, it was definitely when I was dating him, it was very fun. It was, intriguing. Then we got married. That was stability. That's what you're thinking. This is stability. I don't have to do this anymore. I don't have to get to know another person anymore. This is my person. But
Mm,
through the divorce was like a death for me. It was,
mm,
it
yeah.
was devastating. I had a little child with it, and he never really saw us arguing, so it was something that was, scarred him. I would say still to this day, but being single right now and going out and meeting people, it is sometimes it's like,
Mm.
golly, what is this world coming to? And then sometimes
Oh,
it's fun, it's intriguing. You get people sending you pictures of their anatomy that you didn't ask for,
I know.
and you're like, what? Block.
Listen, I remember it was my birthday, and one of my customers, when a customer was like, "I have a gift for you." I'm like, "Oh, okay, Miss Naive, little crazy girl." And then he sends me this stuff on my phone. I'm like, "Oh God, what is this?" I said, "Shelly." She said, "What?" I said, "If you see what this guy sent me," I was like, "Oh my God, I'm gonna go blind." I deleted. I was like, "Get it off."
It's crazy work.
And I
It's
was like,
It's
then he's
crazy,
like,
Michelle.
"Did you like your gift?" Like, what?
Michelle, you're lucky you're still married.
Oh,
I
blessed,
And it's
blessed,
such a
You need
different
to give.
age,
blessed.
Think about the fact that it will be what almost 30 years ago compared to now. The internet, we don't have the internet now. Open access to everyone is so much. I
I
mean,
tell her all the time, Shelly. I tell her all the time, Shelly,
Michelle,
tell
give your
you
husband a
don't.
big kiss and tell him thank you for staying with me.
Amen. Amen.
eh, oh wow,
Amen.
it's
Yeah,
crazy out there. I can tell.
yeah. It's
It's
hor-
crazy.
It's
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 crazy
crazy.
out
horrible.
here. In
Very
our
Horrible.
age, and generation, there's that what you call the casual dating, and
Yeah.
it's,
Oh,
you can't really make it interesting in a sense, because there's always that there's the anxiety
Yeah.
that how long is this going to last, like how
Yeah.
long is this until somebody gets tired, how long is
Yeah.
this going to be, how long are we
Yeah.
going to be, and being 40, like over when you're over 40 dating, it's really much harder. I never imagined myself to be single at this age. When I was
Mhm.
married, my ex-husband put me in a pedestal, and we it was fun. It was fun marriage. I mean, he loved me, he worshiped me and all that stuff, and it was just me. It was because I was young, and I had a different transformation.
Yeah.
And so then now in my age, I'm not even dating right now, and it's just like right now I need it to be me. I'm gonna date myself. I'm gonna travel. Maybe this weekend I'll probably take a drive towards the beach, and I'm gonna do that by myself, because guess what, I'm gonna make me happy. If I'm gonna have to deal with somebody, I'm adventurous myself, I'm energetic, I'm gonna just hone on that. And then if I
Mhm.
have somebody, I'm gonna have to get to know them over and over. I'm gonna have to,
Yeah.
that's what online dating is about. If that's how it is when you're learning to know somebody, or like dating people, it's like I might as well have a recording, like a recording of who I am, my
nice.
biography, and say, just listen to this. This is me, and then let's go. Because it's the
yes, yes.
same thing
Over and over.
Shelly, it's the same thing over and over.
That's
It's
it.
the
So
same story.
tell me about. Listen, their favorite question. Tell me about yourself. This me. I don't want to tell me about. Just have a conversation with me, and you'll get to know me. I'm tired of.
That's
I'm
all.
Shelly.
That's all.
I'm from the
Yes.
Bahamas. I have two kids.
Oh boy.
Like Beth said, make a recording and just say, listen to this.
Mhm.
Because
Yeah.
they ask the same questions. I'm like, I don't want to tell you about myself.
Mhm.
Let's just have a free flowing conversation every day, and you will
Mhm.
get to know me.
Mhm.
Because I
Yeah.
could tell you a bunch of lies. I could be, well, I'm a doctor, but I don't practice. I got my
Mhm.
doctorate degree in Panama, and I could give you
Mhm.
the full lies. I'm
Yeah.
6 feet. I used to model.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just have a conversation with me, and we're gonna
That's
get
it.
to know each
And then
other.
you get to know each other, become friends, eh? At the least.
Exactly.
Yeah. Let's take Gus' question. I like Gus's question. I don't know how much more time we have. Time is really gone, but
You,
yeah.
my date is waiting for me.
Oh, we gonna
Keishla,
have
Keishla,
to.
Keishla should be waiting for me soon.
Okay. It says, okay, let me rephrase my question. Isn't there a possibility that things will be better in the bedroom with a younger man? The older you get, the parts sometimes don't work as well. LOL. Gus, you are something else.
Gus, I have to tell you, Gus, I cannot tell you how to answer that, because I've never dated an older man who cannot perform.
Amen.
I mean,
Amen.
it's been, but I'll tell you, there's a difference between if a woman is connected emotionally with a man, the sex life is better than if it's just for
Yeah,
the heck of sex.
exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
but no, I can't. I don't know, because I think most of the men, yeah, whatever.
If
They
they're
didn't have any.
healthy,
They didn't have any issues. They didn't have.
especially if they're healthy and they're not on certain medications and all that. If
Yeah.
they're healthy, working out, they're fine, even up until their 80s.
I'll say this to Gus. As a medical missionary,
Yeah,
I'm a diabetic educator. I have so many men messaging me privately, that young men, not older men,
yeah, I find it young.
young men who tell me, Miss McKinney, I need your help. I'm impotent. Miss McKinney, I need your help. I'm having issues. And I just got married. There are people, no. So I don't really think it has anything to do with age. I think it has to do with health.
Health, how do you
Because
take care
I
of
have met, because you can meet the healthiest.
recreational
We have
drug?
an older man that comes to my shop. You wouldn't even know he's in his 60s. He looks fantastic. And you can tell this guy runs all over Nassau. I'm sure,
Yeah.
I don't know that he's performing because I don't know him like that, but I'm sure because he's just very active. So it depends, I think, on activity, physical activity. I think it depends on their
Diet
health, their diet. So, hey, Gus, stay in shape.
and
No,
stress
but
That's it.
level.
if a
And the
man,
stress
if a
level
man,
too.
Problem.
Yeah,
Hmm.
a
stress
man
too.
who a man who is older is more experienced and knows
Experience.
the body of a woman,
Yes,
and he
yes.
knows what a woman desires, whereas the younger guy, he's
Just
just having sex.
You having fun? All
I
you
Right,
know,
he's
he
Shelly,
just want to have
Shelly, I
fun.
have to disagree. I have to disagree.
I'm not saying all
Not
young men,
all,
because
not
Not
all.
all, not
not
all. Yeah,
all,
yeah,
not
not
all.
all, not
yeah.
all, but
Okay.
so 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 that's what I'm saying. So
It's you
it's
and my
not that
conversation.
for me, dating a younger guy wasn't to say, oh, he's going to be better in the bedroom than a guy in my age bracket. No, you know, no, we're not running a marathon here.
Yeah, yeah. It's not even about all that, you know. At the end of the day, truthfully, I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I'm just looking for a companion.
Hmm.
And once you connect, you know, you will connect on all levels, physically, emotionally, spiritually. You will connect, you
Exactly.
know.
Exactly.
So I
And
just think
everything
that
will come
really,
easy.
and everything will come easy. Everything. Um, Good day. I used to encourage my son to do online dating. I changed my mind. Lord lead him. Amen. Sherry, thank you for watching. That's my sister-in-law, Sherry. We have a beautiful comment by Kefi over on the other page. We'll use that as our wrap-up thoughts at the end of our program. Beautiful um, thoughts that she put together there. You know, she's quite the writer. I'm the talker.
I'm gonna back with what you're saying, Miss Marlene. Yeah, at this age, it's not really about the sex. It's about the
No,
companionship. It's
yeah,
about needing having to rely on somebody and
yeah,
just have that plus one to do
yeah,
with.
yeah.
And when there's a deep connection, when there's all that interaction with
This,
them, everything will fall into place.
Yes,
and it'll
yes.
be amazing.
Hmm.
It will be
Exactly.
amazing, honestly.
It'll
You
be
know,
amazing.
because I mean,
Once
I
there's
don't.
compatibility,
Yes, yeah,
communication,
yeah.
understanding,
Yeah.
love,
Communication.
you
Yeah,
see
you
Honest
how
said
they
and
communication.
hold on, and honesty and
Respect
honest
honesty.
and
and respect.
trust,
Yeah.
respect. That
Hmm.
chemistry physically is going to be
Mm-hmm.
great.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So that's the so okay, guys. Time is gone. So I would like you to spend just a minute telling the audience um your final. I mean, Michelle, you had another question. I'm sorry because I know our time's gone. And
The
Shelley
other
says,
question would be basically, and I think that's also one, how soon after dating, if they're not, you don't know their family, no,
"Oh,
none of their family, no cousins, no, they're just there by themselves, and you're dating long term, and you see it's getting longer, like that's a red flag.
what
That's a
time
red
frame?"
flag. If they're not
Mhm,
introducing it to anyone in their
mhm.
family,
Yeah.
that's a red flag.
When they're hiding you,
That's in other words.
yeah, no, that's a red flag.
Yep.
Definitely a red flag.
Yep. Yep. It is. It's a
Don't want to go in
red
public.
flag.
Don't want to go anywhere in public with you. Red flag.
Oh, what was
Well,
your last
listen, I'm not a
question?
trophy.
Please send in your last question again. I don't see it. We don't have much time.
I
And
don't
then,
like that. That not taking me out thing.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
Not
that
Netflix and
doesn't work.
chill. No, we're not Netflixing and chilling.
Yeah,
No,
yeah, yeah.
no. You're gonna take me
No,
out.
you taking me out,
You're
dude.
taking me out.
Hey,
I'm
Viola,
sorry.
how you doing? We have my friend Viola in the house from where you at? In Texas.
Viola.
She's in what part of Texas? I can't remember. She's Viola Ford. Very good. No, you taking me out. If you can't take me out, if I can't be seen in public with you, then I can't be seen in private with you. It's just that simple. That's my final thoughts on that. But
Yeah.
Kefi had a final question. I don't see it. I see
You
a
know,
very long. Gus, she said she loved your question, by the way. It's too long. You have to wrap it up. Wrap it up. Okay, she says one. I'll just read it and then Michelle can wrap up. I think it's incredible that you both accepted the call to be on this platform and
yeah.
so openly share such detailed and intimate experiences. Most would shy from telling their truth for fear of being ostracized or looked down. So many women are living a lie with skeletons in both their car trunks and closets. What brought you to the point where you have such self esteem, self worth, that you feel encouraged to share with married women, single women, the importance of living your life and sharing truth, being open in hopes to encourage or help a lady in distress. Powerful
Well,
question.
I've always been an open book. You can ask me anything. People come up to me all the time. I don't know what attracts people to me, but that's just my personality or my aura. So I'm always been open with people. I'm easy to talk to, so I don't feel the need to lie about what you are or who you are, because you remember somebody knows you, so someone can say no, 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 you know. So it's always, to me, and I give the good about me and the bad and the
Yeah.
ugly. So I don't have any hang-ups about coming on, and my only fear coming on the show to talk would be that Marlene and Michelle's audience might not be as open or uh, accepting of me and the way I am, because I am not. Uh, I won't hold
keep it short.
back. So I try to be a little bit more respectful,
Restrictive.
because I am on the show, and let people know, who I am. I mean, about me. But yeah, I've gone through it all, and I don't, and it's never, and I always say to people that, or to my daughter, I live the life, and to my niece, I mean, my nieces, I call them my nieces, but they're not my nieces, but they're cousins,
Younger,
and they call me
younger,
Auntie
younger
Shelly.
cousins. Yeah, younger
So
cousins.
I always tell them, I've lived that life of the dating, of the marriage, of the divorce, of fighting, all of that. I've lived that for y'all.
Yeah.
So I've taken on that pain for you guys not to go through it. And any of them can call me and ask me, or say, Shelly, this guy, or whatever. And I'm sure I've been through there. I've been there. And so I don't want any of them to have gone through the foolishness that I've gone through, especially when you're in love or you think you're in love. So
Hmm.
it's free for me to be open. I've made mistakes, but I'm not ashamed of it, because that's the only way that you learn and you live.
Yeah.
And it's life lessons. It's all life lessons. You know what
Hmm.
not to do. Oh, I used to be that woman who rowing and rowing him out, and it doesn't work. So now, I'm just like, whatever. Like, I'm not even gonna argue with you. I don't have time
Yeah.
to argue with you. I just
Yeah.
keep my mouth, and I literally tell them, I'm like, I don't have time to argue with you,
Hmm.
because it
Yeah.
just doesn't make any sense. It
Yeah.
doesn't make it any better. So
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
learn. Everything is life lessons. It's a
Yep.
journey. We're on a path, and that's our
Yep.
journey. That's the journey that God saw that we were going to take anyway.
Mm.
So keep walking.
Yeah, and
Beautiful.
I just wanna add to that. It's important not to be judgmental of our past experiences, because we are all capable of changing, of course. And as what Shelly is saying, I also was um turning in. I'm sorry, I'm like being
Sorry.
curious, nosy at
Sorry.
who wrote those.
Tuning in with
So
my
basically,
employee.
with Shelly, what Shelly is saying also, it's hard being how, like, in terms of who the audience was. Marlena was asking her that previously, because I can be bold and I can be direct, and I really am into honesty. And so depending on who's asking, and I was a little adamant on whether I should share on Facebook, because I have a lot of Christian SDA friends, and
Mhm.
that's basically following me or whatever, and I don't want them to like really know, you know it's still Saturday, it's still Sabbath for us. So for me, it's like me talking about worldly stuff going on, and I just whatever, but I'm here now, so hey, this is me. But one thing that I had to say is, whoever is watching, if you're going through after divorce, or you're going through dating right now, whatever age you're in, you have a son, you have a daughter that's going through online dating or looking or searching, just tell them this. This is from me. Ask questions. Tell them to ask questions. Tell them to know their own boundaries. It's very important to know who they are.
Yeah.
It really need to know who they are, because as a person like me, I know who I am. I knew who I was before I went into past my relationships, but I was still, I got mad. No, I allowed it. That's the word I'm saying. I
Hmm.
allowed to be manipulated. I allowed to be hurt.
Yeah.
I allowed to be controlled. I allowed to be in a relationship in a narcissistic
Yeah.
person. And so it's really important to know, to have that self-worth, to have
Yeah.
that self-confidence, to have that self-esteem, know who you
You.
are.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all I'm gonna say is know who you are, and then
Yeah.
have a relationship with God, and have one person, whether that be you or their close friends. Most likely it's probably their close friends. For me, it's Kefi. And have that person to really kind of just have them understand who you are, and no judgment, and just to have your backbone to support and whatnot. And God, God is important. So ask
Yeah.
questions, always ask questions. Transparency. You don't want to be with somebody for 3 4 years down the line, and then you've never set foot in their parents house, you've never set foot or never met their family, siblings and whatnot. And that is gonna
That's not it.
affect you. It's
No.
gonna affect you to the
No.
core. It's gonna break you, and it's not a great feeling. It
Yeah.
really isn't. So
It's not.
let's, yeah, we need to break that cycle, and it's gonna start through us. So if you do have those kids, you have your sisters, your brothers, whoever, tell them that. Know who they are, have boundaries, just ask questions.
Awesome.
Self-esteem.
Self.
Self-esteem.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I found this very enlightening and also empowering because it opens up the eyes of many people who may be going through stuff they weren't aware of, even in dating, how to handle, how to navigate. So I believe this is very, very important. And this is actually the kind of show. So for our audience, this is actually the kind of show that we wanted to present. We
Right.
wanted raw truth because a lot
Right.
of times under say a Christian umbrella, these things are hidden. No one talks about them. And people are suffering or going through pain or they're in relationships that they end up wasting their time. You're literally wasting your time. And so if you know to navigate and make the right decisions, you will better able to either move on and until you find the person who is right for you,
Hmm.
because you will see the red flags from day one. So this is actually
This
uh,
is what we. This is what we wanted.
this
This
Date,
is
is
what
what
we
we
wanted,
wanted.
but
yes,
you know,
date with a purpose.
out
Date
there.
with a purpose.
We did not see it out there. And
Yeah.
the discussions are not being had in our churches. So I don't know
No.
where you're
No.
going to learn. How
I
would you
think,
learn?
but you have to remember too, Michelle, that our church, we are such judgmental people. That's
Exactly.
why I so appreciated the presentation your husband did last night. We are so perfect. We never made mistakes. We
No.
have all this perfection in our lives. So when somebody like me shares my testimony, they look at, oh, she's so dirty. You know what I'm saying? So that's probably why I think Shelly is like saying, well, I don't know what your audience is like. I don't care who they are out there. I want you to listen, but I don't want you to be judging us because we're not
No.
here to be judged. We're sharing because we want you to learn from our experiences.
Yes.
We've made mistakes in our lives.
Yes.
No one here has ever said they were perfect. So
Nope.
I think that's what we are more geared towards, you
Yes.
know. So I think that today was actually the epitome of what we're really looking for. And if you see the comments on the Facebook page, can I read
Yes.
some of them? I mean, if you see the comments on Facebook, this is, I mean, listen, girls, you guys, you have 47 comments on one of my
Powerful.
pages.
Wow.
47.
Wow.
Somebody says, I think, not somebody, Betsy says, I think the fact that you are genuine people are accepting of it.
Of
It
course.
is obvious that you are not pretending. That draws people to you. Okay. It draws people to you. She says, Stacey says, God allows us to have our testimonies to strengthen other
Amen.
persons. And also, she says, the Bible teaches the older ladies are to teach the younger ones. So Shelly, she says, you're right on target. Shelly, Viola says, Shelly, well said. So, I think that what we were trying to accomplish was done here today.
Yes.
And I want to pause to say thank you, honestly,
Thank
from the
you.
bottom of my heart, that I really, today was supposed to be my niece Andrea and her husband, and they were like, "We have gas," and Shelly was on the phone. I'm like, "Oh no!" I said, "They can't be here," and I just knew that I was not concerned. I knew that God would find the ram, and that ram would be right there, placed in the thicket, and that person was Shelly, and that lady was Beth. And I think that together you guys made an awesome team as you shared openly, candidly your life experiences. And I just love it. I think that the openness, the truth, it's what sells, you know. So
Yeah.
I'm happy that you did, and I'm just grateful. I'm very grateful. I'm passionate about what I do, as you can tell. I'm very passionate about what I do. Classy D says dating with purpose is good, and let the other people know that purpose, so you don't waste each other's time.
Yep.
Amen.
Absolutely.
Amen.
Exactly. Exactly.
Now you have people who are going to waste your time and tell you they're dating with purpose, and they really are not dating with purpose.
Yeah.
It's true.
But you got to be able to. You have to be able to ask those questions, like Beth said, and you'll be able to weed them out.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, do you have any final thoughts you want to share with our audience, girls?
I said my final thoughts.
It was nice
All right.
meeting you, Beth.
Thank you for
Nice
having
meeting you,
me.
Beth. And Beth being
Yes.
as open.
My
Yes,
question,
same
my
here,
question,
Shelly,
my
Michelle.
question would be, can we get you guys to come back next week? I'm not bashful for asking. My mother said, you have an English tongue in your mouth, use it. So I'm
Use it.
asking, on behalf of my audience on Facebook and YouTube, will you guys come back next week and share more?
They're open.
It's
I'm
up
open.
to them. It's up to them.
Guys, if you want them to come back, you got to let us know. That's the only way they're saying they're coming back, okay? Thank you, girls. Michelle?
So much. Thank you very much, everyone. You've been a blessing. Thank you so much.
God bless
So
you guys.
God bless. God bless.
Join us on Monday.
Monday.
We have our pilot who will be
Yes.
sharing. We have an exclusive interview. We're the only ones he's taken an interview with, a surviving pilot of a plane that went down not too long ago. And we're happy that he's alive to tell the story. Praise God. So see you on Monday at 6 Eastern Standard Time here in Nassau, Bahamas. I'm Marlene McKinney. Until next time.
Bye. And Michelle Blackwood, take care.